What up, though? What's going on, people? It's your boy Cal Woo, and we are back for episode 2 of Getting to Know. Cal Woo and getting to know about Woo. Appreciate y'all for last week. Y'all showed a lot of love. We hit like 600-700 views in a week. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate the support and the love. So we're going to continue down this rabbit hole. We're going to continue down this path of getting to know me. Like I told you last week, I'm going to do my best to try and put it in chronological order. You know, it's going to be a little bounce around here and there, but I'm going to do my best to put it in chronological order. So, if you ain't watched the last week's episode, please go back and watch it. I talked about what my first anime was, when I realized what anime was, despite having watched an anime for years at that point. And kind of talked about those and kind of went through that list, and it was crazy. It was insane. It was something different for sure. And I'm not sure if everybody else's experience is that, but I've heard quite a few people got introduced in some of the most darkest ways or whatnot. So next step to me expanding my anime knowledge and the type of animes I watched was 10th grade year. 10th grade year, we got a new teacher that came to the school. He was a computer teacher named Mr. Allen. Great dude. He pretty much was a nerd like everybody else. He was in the anime, he was in the video games, he was in the Magic the Gathering. We eventually started doing Magic the Gathering tournaments under him. Under his tutelage and stuff. He taught us how to do booster drafting, taught us deck building in an extensive way. Because by this time I had already been playing Magic for about a year. But he kind of like showed us some of the ins and outs and showed us some of the old cards and talked about combos and stuff like that. And and his favorite game that he played, that we used to play all the time at Strategic Game Club, was Marvel vs. Capcom 2. He, if you would beat him, he would give you stuff. If you didn't beat him, he talked trash, all the way until the next Strategic Games. And we met pretty much almost every day. And and the whole concept of the club was just playing strategy games or just kind of just enjoying the nerdom. And this brings us to my first time experiencing what arguments between fandoms look like. So around this time, Dragon Ball Z was definitely the most popular anime in America, and everybody was watching it, and we all was tuned in and things of that nature. And so, I was a fan, and I didn't watch a lot of anime outside of what was on Cartoon Network at the time. And I still rent stuff from Blockbuster here and there, but it was never like any series. It was mostly like movies or OVAs or, one-off shots and things of that nature. And so while we was in Strategic Game Club, it was one group that was like on the Dragon Ball Z side, and the other group was like, this character can beat Goku, this character can beat Goku, this character can beat Goku, this character can beat Goku. So it started a whole fandom argument of I know what my side does, and me not knowing what the other side did. I didn't do a lot of arguing because I wasn't experienced on what those series were or who any of the characters were or what they did. I kind of just sat around and watched. Every blue moon I would support Dragon Ball Z because I watched it avidly. So this is when I got introduced to series like Slayers, or also got introduced to I'm My Goddess. Also I got introduced to Saint Seiya and Macross, and what else? It's another series I can't think of off the top of my head right now. That was brought to our attention around that time. And for those that don't know, Macross is like a prequel to Gundam. It's kind of what led that space mecha type deal. Oh, Fushigi Yugi was the other one. Fushigi Yugi is a type of space opera. It would be categorized as a shoujo, and Dragon Ball Z would be categorized as a shonen. And pretty much what a shonen is anime that's high action, fighting and things of that nature, that's geared towards teenage boys to young adult men. And shoujo is geared towards teenage girls to young adult women. And the difference between them, like both of them can have a love story, but the love stories will be told differently. the characters are drawn differently. Just the art style. The art style for shoujos tend to be more moe, is what they call it, where everybody is really pretty. Everybody is really, just looks gorgeous. Everybody, guys are really handsome. The girls are beautiful, drop dead gorgeous, and drawn in a more cutesy art style. To gear towards girls to fawn over, and things of that nature. And this is also where I got introduced into what's called fan fiction. One of my homegirls in my class, I was a huge Gundamwing fan, huge Gundamwing fan around that time as well. And she knew my favorite character was Wu Fei. She liked writing the naughty stuff. She liked writing yaoi and yuri fan fictions, which is boy love and girl love, so boy girl type deal. And she knew Wu Fei was my favorite character, so one of the things she used to do to pick with me is she would write yaois with Wu Fei and one of the other Gundam pilots or whatnot, and be like, Cal, I wrote a story, read this. And because it's my homegirl, she wrote other style stories, so I didn't know when she would mix yaois in, so she would just give me stuff to read, and I would read it and give her my thoughts. And this was my first introduction into the world of fan fiction. It is super hugely popular was popular on forums at that time. It's probably still popular on forums. I don't really go on forums too much anymore. And a lot of people write it. Actually, nope, I take that back. I do know forums are still written, because recently people were very upset that Deku and Bakugo from My Hero Academia didn't have a love story, that it was Deku and oh my god, why can't I think of what her name is? Excuse me for butchering it. Fucking little girl, Uraka, there we go. Uraka, took me a second, but yeah, Uraka. That them two were together, and I'm like, that's always been intended since the start of the series. Just because y'all wrote fan fictions of what y'all wanted to see don't mean the creators are gonna go, these fan fictions are great, this is what we're gonna do. It's like, no, like, get out of here with all your protests and you being upset. But to kind of pull it back a little bit, so during the Strategic Games Club, we would watch these different series. So getting to Oh My Goddess was like my first harem. So Oh My Goddess was me witnessing and understanding and experiencing my first harem anime. And it's just like it sounds. It's one dude and a bunch of women all vying for his love and care, and they kind of all live together, or they're around each other all the time. So this is my first experience with harem anime. And Oh My Goddess is a comedy. It was funny. It was pretty cool. And then Slayers is considered a shonen too, but Slayers is quite a bit older than Dragon Ball Z. And it's the world of magic and demons and things of that nature. And one of my favorite characters in anime period is a character from that anime series called Lena Inverse. The reason I love Lena Inverse so much is because she's a scumbag. I know that I should not like scumbag characters, but when characters are scummy, and I don't mean like scummy as in like terrible people or just villains or bad guys, but when I say scummy, I mean to the point of like, she is what you would consider a hero, but because she does stuff in such a villainous way, she's an anti-hero. She's scummy. Like, she's a scumbag. You just look at her and be like, man, she really saved those people. But she a fucking scumbag. She's terrible. But I fucking love my scumbag characters. And I'll be talking about them on Fandom Friday, probably this week or sometime next week. But I like scummy characters. And talking to my boy Mike now, the main character in Konosuba is a scumbag. I love him so much. And he like, I hate this dude so much, Cal. He's so scummy. And I always laugh and be like, I know. That's why I love him so much. He's so scummy. But he a good guy. He just a scumbag. Like, he just do scummy shit. Like, it's great. If you watch Konosuba, you know exactly what I'm talking about. He is hilarious. The show is hilarious. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's it for episode 2. That's pretty much where we come along. And like I said, as we go along every episode, I'm going to be talking about more things that I'm bringing out and More things that we're going to be doing with Planet Wu. Like eventually we're going to be interviewing cosplayers again. I'm going to attempt to get one scheduled and interview one for the end of the month. And I kind of want to do one or two a month is the goal, to get back to doing that like I did when I first started Planet Wu, because Planet Wu was originally, actually nope, I'm gonna tell the story, because I'm gonna eventually get there in the chronological order of the timeline of, you know, how Planet Wu became to be and things of that nature. But what I will tell you is on the 31st I'll be bringing back my live game show on Twitch. So you'll be able to watch it on twitch.com/Calwu, CALWU. I'll be bringing my Throne of Nerds. I do this at anime conventions. I've traveled to different anime conventions all over the country to do this as a panel. It is called Planet Wu Throne of Nerds. I do it at my local conventions, and it's a good time. And what we're going to be doing with it, the first one I'm bringing back this year is going to be on the 31st. So that is next week, Saturday. It'll be the first time I'll be bringing it back in a couple years, actually, as far as online goes. And if you want to participate, just go to planetwu.com/throne or thrones. I don't remember if I've got a S at the end of it or not. Or you can just go to planetwu.com and kind of click through the menu. You'll see Throne of Nerds up there, or TON. And you'll be able to sign up for it and to participate in one of the shows. And then I'll reach back out to you and figure out what schedule day you can do it. I want to do it weekly or bi-weekly, because the goal is to eventually, at the end of this year, in December, at early December, is to have the finals round for it. And with the finals round, we are going to do cash prizes to the victor. So the person who wins it is going to get anywhere between $200 and $500. You know, kind of give you something for the holiday to kind of alleviate the holiday. So that is the goal. And the more we grow, we'll be doing giveaways during the live showing. So, you know, to kind of help the brand grow and help things grow, because I'm all about giving to the people and giving back to the community that supports me. So that is the goal. So the bigger we get, the more we do, the more I give. Yeah, it's like, I mean, like on some Mr. Beast type shit, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that is my goal. That is my desire. And that is where I am working to get Planet Wu to. To that, I'm working to get Planet Wu to. That is my desire. That is my goal. And I'm working to get Planet Wu to that goal. So yeah, so like I said, again, I appreciate y'all stopping through. Ignore my phone ringing and stuff while I'm recording. It's cool though. Yeah, so just stop by. You know, if y'all didn't see the episode last week, please do. I got clips on TikTok, and I got the full-blown episode on YouTube where I made a playlist for it. And yeah, again, I appreciate y'all stopping through. Appreciate y'all rocking with me. And like I said, it's more to come, and continue to get to know me. Y'all got any questions y'all want to ask about my venture, I'll eventually answer those as I get to that point in the timeline. Because like I said, I'm going in chronological order as the best I can. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. Peace.